All right.
Yes.
Let's start with an easy question. Where the hell are we here?
At Eräjärvi. Why are we at Eräjärvi? We are... Actually, it's really good question. Like when we started 2006 to have the FDC festival, I think later I was living here, but I think at the time it was like, okay, actually I tried to go from a bit further. Like in Finland we had around 2000 there was like Nordic juggling convention, there was European, which is still going on, there was like Danish convention, Swedish convention, and in Finland we didn't have any conventions for jugglers, but we had the like 531 for new and contemporary juggling, which is nowadays Object Festival. But basically that was kind of niche, like the Finnish way of thinking that we don't have like Finnish juggling convention, but we have 531, which is for new and contemporary stuff. And it's not really like the silly way is in a sense that the Diabolo players weren't too welcome in that, because it was like considered as a toy for new and contemporary juggling. So then it was like, okay, maybe we should have, because we have this specialized convention festival, the 531 for jugglers, maybe because that's specialized, we don't make a Finnish juggling festival, but we make like specialized festival just for the Diabolo players. And it was like fun time because it was like kind of, I think there was a tendency that it was going up, like lots of kids were playing, and then it's like, okay, we found this kind of festival. And at Eräjärvi, I was living in Helsinki at the time, but I think I was like just with my like really special friend. We were driving like countryside, living in a car, having different trips, and drive through this village, and it was like, okay, there's a lake. That building looks nice, and kind of maybe this is like it's nice to have festival outside of city, because then people don't get spread out, that we are outside of everything, so then we stay together. At the beginning, that was kind of the main idea, that because the 531 was in Helsinki, and at the evening people went out to get pizzas, and people like spread out, even that the festival was in a one side, but still it spread out. And it was like, okay, we go to countryside, we do this at somewhere where basically if you go out from the building, there's nothing where you can go, so we stay together. So kind of building community, being in a rural area was the idea already 20 years ago. And I don't know actually where, I think it might be in, because we found this, like me and Laura founded FDC, and I think it might be like Laura who said that we do it here. I can't take the claim for it because I don't remember, and I think it's like actually Laura who said that why don't we make the festival here.
I mean, it has been 20 years now, right? So we have a nice anniversary going on right now. How would you say has the festival changed over the years, or did it even change at all?
It's changed like few times, quite much, like from few points. Like the first was like we were staying just here in Erälinna, and we had a good connection to the school that's next to us, so the accommodation for the festival was in a school, and we did workshops for the school kids on Friday. We studied like when the school have started. So we shared, like we kind of made this together with the school at first. And then after a few years, and I think on the second year, we had the circus tent, like a big top next to this building on a yard. We have this space, we have the big top, and the school for accommodation. That was the second year. And then after that, it was like there's another building where we had shows on the previous years. And we had really kind of like we were trying to build this kind of like real scheduled festival, like workshops. There's like set time for workshop, then okay, this happens, then this happens, then there's shows and contests and like really like full days, set program. But during these years, because like first 15 years, it was really like just like printed programs, how to do, like what's happening, booked everything beforehand. We had personnel to make food for everybody in festival. And then I think basically the biggie, like, and then yeah, maybe the biggest changes were like we had 2 Diabolo events in Finland for a year. We had the FDC, which was a festival for Diabolo players and performance show-wise thing. And then we had the national contest. That was separate event. Like from like FDC started 2006 and the contest started 2009. So we had kind of busy year all the time, like having 2 events for the players. But then when we combined them together, like I don't remember the year, it's 2015, 2000 like something. So that was like one of the big changes, because then it's like, okay, we leave out some of the stuff because the contest is really nice part of it. And when the COVID came, we got really small. Like the first years were sold out. We were like, okay, if we get 50 people in, we say that it's sold out. We don't want to have any more, but it's like filled. And first 6 years, it was like, it was easy in a way that it was 50 people and that's it. And after that, it started to get smaller, and on the smallest, like during the COVID years, we had 8 people taking part, but we still continued. And now I think it's really like the biggest change, because before, in the beginning, it was all organized. Like everything was set for the people who can come in. They can just leave and, okay, I follow schedule and we do this and this and this. But now it's, which I really like. Now I think it's more about sharing, that it's like we are in the same space, we all love Diabolo, we love to play and we want to learn new stuff, we want to so there's like less set time tables, but more about like sharing the fun and kind of playing around ideas we have, and also talking. So, but kind of communicating through the stuff. So I think that's the biggest change. Kind of like we are going downhill. That's.
But at least if you look at the, let's say, European scene, maybe competition in general is not really part of the culture, I would say. But still, at FTC, it is a huge part of the event, right? And I know that you make a lot of thoughts about how to judge these things, how to give points, what rules do we have here. Maybe you can explain a little on how this contest works and why you're still running it, because I think it's the longest ever running Diabolo competition in the world, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's true that it's definitely, and I think it's actually like again good question, and I'm trying to find a way to like get to the point of it. Like when we started to have the like contest, which is like and actually we had like when we founded FDC we had like some kind of contest already, but then we had the separate event like 2009. So the contest was already in 2006, but the 2009 it started as a separate event, and now it's again like combined here. And the why we do it is like it was like first it was like okay, like it was just a kind of at the same time it's a joke. Like it started as a joke. Like let's do something that nobody else is doing. Let's do something that's it didn't make any sense for us either at the time, but it was like that it's a good excuse, like because people were talking like who's good player and who is what and what kind of tricks they are doing. So the contest is good kind of showcase form of showing what you do, and kind of for the sharing. Again, I come to the point of sharing. The contest is really good forum where people can share what they do. And then like we had the trick jam is really nice, which we don't have nowadays, but there's 1 hour of DJ playing and then people just do the tricks, and if they drop they go out and come in. That there's no contest, but showing the stuff you do. That was big part of the FDC previously, but then like kind of the contest is doing the same, and also the contest is giving the stress, which is really different like from artistic performance where you build it for some ideas and how you want to make the choreography and stuff. But the contest is that there's other people are doing exactly the same stuff you are doing. The same skill toy is used, and we are doing in a sense that like you need to land your tricks. It's not about like, okay, I tried this wild thing and it doesn't work, but it's that you need to land it. You need to, so it makes us better players because it's not that serious. Like the contest is, it started as a joke, and at the same time it makes us better players because there's like this once a year event that we need to go for. Still, even that it's not what we do for living or something, but that's kind of like, I know that there's 2 weeks for the contest, so I'm grinding the stuff, and then there's just the one slot when it starts and you're stressed, you most likely will be failing because of it, because there's your friends, all the other people are doing the same and playing and trying to do the best they can. So I think there's fun combination with like the seriousness, and at the same time that nobody cares. So I think that's for the contest. I think that's the idea, and for the rule set we follow a lot like how the yo-yo people do it, like world yo-yo contest rule sets, and because it's so similar. I think yo-yo and Diabolo are really like same family of skill toys. So we follow a lot of the world yo-yo contest rule sets and try to adapt the things that they have done in a good way, and kind of like how to make it work with Diabolo. Like at the first, like Finnish Diabolo competition. We had like it was a decathlon. We had like 10 different sports, like 1D, 2D, 3D, Verdax. Everything was divided on an own routine, and who had the biggest overall score in the end was the winner. And nowadays we go like this is copied from Asia. Like now we have the 5-minute routine where you do all you can do, and I think now it's the format is now ready for being kind of, it could be like world contest, because if there's more players we can't have 10 different disciplines because it takes 2 weeks and in the end nobody remembers what happened. But I think the 5 minutes is good time, and then that if you drop that gives big penalty and stuff, so it's kind of evolving all the time, just to trying to find a way that this would make more sense for audiences and players altogether. I don't know, does this make any sense, but this is like how we have thought of it.
Speaking of sharing, this is something that you said quite a lot now. There's also, I would say, from an outsider's perspective, as an international guest maybe, I know the FTC since I'm a teenager, and I always wanted to come here, and now it's my second time. But how would you, maybe describe also, is there an importance for an international sharing event, so to say?
Definitely. I would love that the Diabolo players would have own, like maybe European gathering just for Diabolo players, because it's most of us do some other juggling and do other skill based stuff, but it would be good for, I think it would make like a lot of sense for our culture, like Diabolo wise, and that we should, instead of kind of keeping our own niche techniques secret and hiding them and performing them without sharing, we should, I really think we should kind of share more the stuff we do and help others to learn the things we do, because that would evolve the things we do. So I don't see that it would be off from anybody's work, or that you can't, that's my trick, you can't do that. Like, come on, don't perform that, I invented that. It's like, I think that's really lame. Like, the skill toy is for fun, so because it's for fun, we should appreciate the fun and not judge other people why or how they are playing, but let people play and try to learn different things, because it's like there's so much stuff that we can already do with this kind of simple skill toy set, and like how many different kind of plays we see here at the contest, and like I'm mind blown even from this year's, like from the performance contest set, like how different players there are, what kind of tricks they choose to do, and the diversity of it, and that there's so much more to find. I don't say, maybe I don't use the word like invent, but for me it's more like finding, like, oh, this works, so maybe this combination works as well, and then oh, it's possible. So if I say like Eetu stuff, like Eetu's noodling with the funds, and because this is possible, then this needs to be possible, and I think it needs to be shared for the world and not kept as a secret. And we like if somebody like, I think Tim, you're a really nice player in a sense, because you're not like, don't do that because it's my trick, but you're really open as well, like as a player, and I really appreciate that. And I think we all should play in a way that, oh, I find this idea, what can you make up of it, like, so sharing in a way, because it's just makes us stronger, it makes us better together.
We talked about the event, how it might changed over the years. How would you say has the Diabolo changed over the years as well?
Well, the biggest and obvious change is that the gear got so much better. Like when we started, it was basically Henry's Circus was the standard. We 2006 in Europe, that was basically the Diabolo everybody had. And Finest came in, which was crap. So, sorry to say, but that was, and the Diabolo G DVD and that Babash was making, it was brought the finance for players, which was a strange time, because then so the big change is the gear, and that we got the Asian like Sandias and other like Diabolos and stuff, like we got the better gear and bearings. So I think the biggest change for these 20 years has been bearing Diabolos, like starting with the fixes and then going for bearings, and how much that has changed how we play. So that's kind of, at the same time it's easy, but gear is the biggest difference.
What do you think, how will or might it evolve in the future? Are we there already, or will there be something new to it?
I think it will, like the diversity will just go wider. Like there will be even more diversity in a sense how we play. There will be more people just playing 1D fixed or something, and then there will be more people playing like big numbers and building the technique from that, and building the tricks and building the aesthetics of playing with multiple Diabolos. And like also like it will grow, like having the 2 sets of sticks and the whip stuffs and like combining stuff. It just will be like even more diverse. And I think like what happened in juggling in general, like balls and clubs and stuff, that people are more specialized with one prop and going further in one type of play. And I think in Diabolo it will still go further in this same funnel, that people choose more niche things that they start pushing, and then we get kind of at the same time we get more diversity, but maybe the one player is not so diverse, like nobody can do everything anymore, so it will be more specialized, more. So I think that's the future.
Where do you want to go with FDC in the future?
Like now we have had it 20 years, so it's kind of gotten on a point of being a dinosaur, and I'm happy it exists. So, but I think we don't. I really like it how it's now, and I hope the people who are here likes it as it is at the moment. I think there's, because it's so long time, 20 years is a long time, so there's no, like, kind of, I would like to say that I would love to bring the shows back. I would love, but no, it's being together and playing with the toy. So that's because that's what brings us together, and when we are just playing, it's enough. And I think that's what makes FDC special, that there's no, like, we are talking here and talking with people, and there's like, people can be open. We don't need to hide that, oh, I'm grinding this kind of stuff, but I can't show it here because somebody will steal it. But it's all openly, oh, that's really nice. And people can say, like, people have learned in a FDC to appreciate what other people do, not in a way that, oh, fuck, he's so good, I hate him because he's so good and I need to go home and practice more, but just appreciate the skill and be happy and open about it. I think that's like yeah, exactly the main ingredient of FDC. And from the beginning to this moment, at first it wasn't easy. Like, everybody's of course stressed because we don't know what it can be, but that building a culture that's open and it's about sharing, and it's that we learn together. We are not separate, but we have this one thing that unites us. So for the future, I hope that the next 20 years of the FDC, I'm sure it will have some changes. Maybe some years it will have shows, maybe something, but it's not about me who decides how it goes. It's us as a community who makes it change, who makes it grow. So it's like, it's difficult for me to answer, because even I'm one of the founders and the only person who's been here for 20 years. It's not about me, but it's about us, what we want to make.
And the sauna and the lake.
Yeah, and the sauna and the lake. But that's exactly. You've been here like now twice, so you know. So sauna and the lake. That's kind of as well, like the times and the talks, like in a sauna or in a lake. Like having that kind of moment with people like you. It's like, there's no words. There's no words.
I just appreciate it, and to have a strong bond in community as well, and to just philosophize maybe about different things. It's just nice, and the frozen sunset for sure. Nice. All right. Yeah. Thank you for the interview, man. Sweet.